If you're one of the many people who have watched Amazon's Fallout show, you're likely looking for some way to continue existing in the Fallout universe during the agonizing wait for Season 2. That means you may be looking at playing a Fallout game, such as the ongoing live service game, Fallout 76. However, if you're just starting out and you lack friends to play it with, Fallout 76 can be a pretty daunting experience. So here are 8 tips from us about how to play Fallout 76 solo. First things first, if you're going to go it alone out there in West Virginia, you should turn on pacifist mode. By enabling this in the game settings of your options menu, you'll be unable to hurt other players and they'll have a very hard time trying to kill you. It doesn't totally eliminate the threat of other players, but it does add an incentive for people not to kill you, and it should make things easier if you do happen to run into a pack of violent former Vault dwellers. As for what your build should be, starting out with a strength build with a heavy focus on melee is the easiest way to run through this game if you're a beginner. In fact, upon exiting the Vault, the game gives you the option to start out at level 20 with some pre-built builds, and one of them gives you a strong modded baseball bat right out of the gate, or out of the Vault, I guess. In addition to melee weapons, shotguns are also a good choice, as they do a ton of damage and they don't require much of the way of aiming, because accuracy is for suckers. Another stat that's worth investing points in early on is luck. While that may not seem like the best idea, luck has several perk cards that make items like stim packs and ammo spawn more frequently. That way, you don't need to worry about gathering up enough caps to buy supplies, and your inventory should stay stocked full of what you need to survive. Also, when it comes to perk cards, if you're going to be a lone wanderer out there, you should grab the appropriately named Lone Wanderer perk card. This increases your damage reduction and AP point generation whenever you're playing alone, so it obviously makes sense to have equipped. It does require you to put 4 points into your charisma stat to use, but it's a worthy investment for a considerable buff. Once you're out of the Vault, try sticking to the main quest line for a while. There's a lot to learn about the world of Fallout 76, and the main storyline, along with its related side quests, will fill in a lot about the lore of West Virginia, give you rewards and XP for completing each step of the quest, and teach you about the basics of gameplay mechanics, like setting up your camp. That said, exploration is a core part of the Fallout experience, so occasionally going off the beaten path to venture into one of the several abandoned buildings of Appalachia is something that you should do. By exploring whatever spots you come across, you'll find great loot, outposts, characters, and maybe even some extra side quests. Unlike other Fallout games, just about everything in Fallout 76 carries some heft. Even things like ammo and bobby pins can weigh you down, and you can only carry so much stuff before you become over-encumbered. So don't hoard every item you come across. Focus on specific ammo types for guns that you're planning on using, and prioritize important items like food, healing items, and explosives, since a good, powerful grenade can be the key to surviving tough encounters. Finally, you don't need to involve yourself in every public event that pops up, unless of course it's fun. But one event that you should always try to be present for are nuke drops. Whenever you hear an announcement about a nuke drop that's about to happen, make your way to the area where the bomb's gonna drop and get into the fight. Once the nuke drop happens, very strong enemies will spawn in the area that could potentially drop incredibly powerful loot. However, you'll need to be prepared, so find yourself a rad suit or power armor so you can survive the ensuing radiation that will surround the area. Also, these enemies will be very strong, so you may be a bit underleveled for the event. But don't worry, even if this is the case, as long as you manage to do even a tiny bit of damage to an enemy, you'll still receive the loot when they're beaten. So head on over to that nuke drop, smack a tough enemy, and then hide and hope that a larger team will swoop in and finish the job for you. For more Fallout news and guides, be sure to check out thegamer.com. I'm Jamie Latour, and we'll see you next time.